The show On the Road with Carla promotes positive engagement with the school districts within the Commonwealth.
So today we are joined by Carla herself to tell us all about her show. Welcome back, Carla.
Hey, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Some of us are excited more than others. Let me tell you, he's been watching you all morning. Tell us a little bit about the show.
So On the Road with Carla is about positive promotions of our school districts. Let me rewind real quick. I am with KEDC, which is Kentucky Educational Development Corporation. It's the oldest and largest educational co-op in Kentucky. We serve 76 public school districts. And so with that said, our goal is to hit all 76 districts, highlighting our districts, mostly highlighting our students.
Yeah, and that's what you do. I was watching or listening to some of the stuff. You're all over the place, but you all have a big coverage area. A lot of it it's from central Kentucky and east. That's where the majority of the counties are, but you've got one stray county out in more western Kentucky, right?
Yes, yeah. And so we are branching out a little bit more into western Kentucky, but we're all over the east. And like you said, I've got my traveling shoes on and I am everywhere, but I absolutely love it. And I also have to say, our CEO, Nancy Hutchinson, is the one that came up with this idea. And then she even said, well, let's call it On the Road with Carla. So, you know, here we are setting our, you know, we want everyone to know how lucky we are to have our public schools. We want them to see the things that are happening, and we want the students, them to hear the students, because that's your best brand ambassador right there, are your students. And it's amazing to hear some of the things that they are saying about their school districts, how it's like family and how happy they are to be there.
I love that you are shining light on public school systems, because a lot of times it is looked at, you know, in the back burner. We put the public schools, the private schools all ahead because they're getting the major funding, but we don't look at public schools a lot of time and some of the deficits they are dealing with in the school system.
100%. And the one of the reasons why we decided to do this is because you hear a lot of negative, especially in your social media world, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so the thing is a lot of times people just don't know the entire story, right? Or they just don't know the stories in general. So we have to tell our stories. And who better to tell the story than our students?
And that's the way to do it. So when you show up, what happens?
Well, first of all, sometimes we have a game plan. The school district will have a whole day set out for me, and then sometimes we go with the flow. I'll interview 3 or 4 students, but I also participate with them, and I absolutely love that part because it's fun, it's energetic. The students love teaching me. I have played some bells, I've played drums in the pep bands, I've done some cheerleading, which is interesting. I'm more of a basketball player, guys. And so I've done a lot of things with them. Their culinary students have cooked for me for lunch. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing. And I'm looking forward to more. I've got, I believe, 4 scheduled this month, Magoffin County.
Ooh, that's right.
That's why I mentioned it, Jill. I knew you would love that one. So, and a lot of times the districts will give me some of their gear, so I'll show up in their school gear, in which the students are like, wow, you know. So, and I love the youth in general. Have a lot of passion. Our team at KEDC, I think that's what makes us amazing, is that we're passionate about education, and we want everyone to see the good. And so with that said, that's On the Road, Carla.
Well, if we're watching and listening and looking, how can we find your show?
So KEDC has several ways that you could watch the show. One is YouTube, our KEDC website, KEDC.org. You can go on there. We have our own link there. Also, all social media, we have all social media channels, and we always put it on there as well. So
perfect.
And on the KEDC's website, I mean, you just click the little tabs, and there it is, On the Road with
On
Carla.
the Road with Carla. There it is.
You
And
got a big one, yeah.
we even have a podcast with it that you can find on Apple, which is basically it's like the vlog I got going on, except for it's all in voice, so it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
being
hanging out
here.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.